This holiday season, we're thankful for the pets whose love got us through the year. But next year, get ready to love even bigger.
I'm bringing those blue skies back forever.
Clifford, are you ready for your interview? As for Jack, how did you take care of a 6th grade and a 10-foot tall dog when you are the so-called not so responsible adult in the movie?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly put me off the idea of babysitting ever again, or doing a favor for your sister. It goes just about as wrong as it could go. Yeah, it's not something I ever get asked to do, to be honest. I am an uncle in real life, and my sister has never asked me to look after her child, which I'm very upset by. But maybe after seeing this film, she might give me a go.
And Darby, you do have 2 dogs. Marty McFly and Stanley.
Yes, Marty McFly and Stanley. Marty McFly is a Shih Tzu. He's black and white, and then Stanley is a white miniature poodle, and they are the loves of my life. Marty has been in my life for as long as I can remember. We've had him since he was a puppy, and I was very young, and he's always been a part of my life. And Stanley, we've gotten more recently, but I still can't imagine my life without either of them.
Hey, Clifford, so don't be shy. Come on, we're so excited to talk to you about your new movie. Can you come a little closer? Clifford is a magical movie. It's about magic that had happened. If you have that magic tear, what kind of animal would you make it enormous? Would it be your cat, or would it be something else?
Well, definitely not a cat, because having a gigantic cat would be very, very, very hard to handle, for sure. I mean, the same goes for a dog too, but cats,
they live in a different world, huh?
Yeah, they live in a different world.
Especially if they want to puke up their fur balls.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, that's not gonna be fun to handle.
Right? Yeah. So what kind of animal do you think you want to make them ginormous?
Honestly, probably a dog. I mean, dogs are really hyper, dogs are really fun. And I think having a giant supersized dogs would be pretty cool.
The other day I was talking to your dad. The dad on the set. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I got you. You're like, oh, the other day I was like, which dad? Your dad, Mr. You, Mr. Russell Wan. Yeah. So what's your interaction with you and your dad on the set?
Well, Russell Wong was really, really nice, and he was really, really funny. But yeah, our interaction was pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say we both looked pretty similar, but we looked pretty similar in general. But yeah, we worked well together, and it was definitely nice working with him.
Oh, you must be so excited for the movie, right? How do you like him? How do you like Clifford? Seriously, like when I was reading the storybook, I didn't really get how enormous he really is, but he's a fun companionship.
Right. They did a great job with him. I was wondering how real he was going to look, and he looks like a real big red dog, and all the animation and the emotion, all of it really works. He's beautiful.
Do you have a pet yourself?
I used to have a few dogs. I had a chocolate lab and a little chihuahua and kind of like a terrier mix.
That's pretty big of a difference. A lab and the little chihuahua.
Yeah.
You had them at the same time or different times?
At the same time.
No, they behave well with you.
Yeah, they got along really well.
Good.
Because the chihuahua, he's like the alarm dog around the house, right?
Uh-huh.
He's a bigger dog in case something, little animal comes or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What if you have something like Clifford? Like he's like this red dog and with a huge size.
Right.
Would you keep him?
I would keep him. I'd have to move out of my apartment. But I'd have to get like 10 acres someplace up.
Yes. Definitely cannot hide him in your apartment.
Yeah,
Right.
and then maybe start a GoFundMe for dog food.
For dog food, yes, or find a sponsor or something, so he
Yeah.
won't make you broke.
Yeah.
True that. You were the dad of Owen, so maybe on the sets, did you relive like being a daddy again?
I'm still a dad.
I know you're. That's right. Yes, you're still a dad, but your daughters are bigger now,
My
right?
daughter's here, yeah.
Yeah, Owen is still like a little boy.
Yeah.
How was it like?
It was nice. You know, because I have a daughter. Well, I come from a lot of
Brothers and sisters.
brothers. Yeah. So I used to having guys growing up, but as a parent, I was just have my daughter, but my brother Mike, he has 2 daughters, and all my other brothers have daughters. So we're getting used to having the daughters, but having a son in the movie was kind of nice too.
Can you show us any new cool tricks? Good boy. Those are so good, Clifford. You deserve a treat. Do you have a favorite sport that you like to play? Hey,
Hey,
Tony.
Charlene, how's it going? Nice to
So
see you.
far, so good. Nice seeing you. Did you have fun being a corporate goon?
Always.
Yeah.
It was fun to play the foe. I mean, Clifford, the message is all about celebrating the differences. And I'm like, my character's like, no, I want to exploit it. I see money.
Right? So that must be a lot of different kind of fun than your other characters.
Totally different fun. I've done a lot of the anxious characters, kind of the defeated characters. It's fun to kind of play. However, this guy definitely has got some anxiety. He unravels, and by the end, he's fallen apart. But initially, it's fun to play the foe.
Mm-hmm. So you think your parents and your daughter will like this character better than Buster? Yeah.
I watched some of. I think it was about a year ago. I was watching Buster with my daughter, and there was one scene where I was like, my mom's on house arrest for smoking, and I have to like inhale the smoke out of her mouth and blow it outside. And I'm like, gosh, Buster, that relationship was dark. So this is a little different.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of dark.
Wait, did you tell me you actually watched that with your daughter?
Yeah, and that's what I said. Let's watch something else.
Yeah. I think that's a better idea.
And
Yeah,
I was
don't
like,
watch that with your wife either. You know, that's not a very good idea, I don't think.
Buster was a pretty dysfunctional guy.
Yeah, but that's why people remember him. Like, I love Buster, to be honest with you. I do.
So fun.
Yeah.
I love this artwork, by the way. Who did this piece next to you? It's so pretty.
This one, Walmart.
They did a beautiful job.
I bet. And the prize is awesome too.
Oh yeah.
I love to play soccer too. Maybe we can play together. Can you tell us when and where everyone can watch Clifford? Well, thank you so much, Clifford, for chatting with us today. We can't wait to see Clifford on the Big Red Dog in theaters on Paramount on November 10th.
Hi, Charlene. How are you?
Good. How about you? My first question for you is, Mr. Bridwell, how big is he gonna get?
I don't think he's going to get any bigger. No, I think he's reached his limit. Mind you, I know about big animals because my wife and I have 3 Maine Coons, and they are enormous.
Did this movie, Clifford, brought the child out of you?
I think it brought a certain playfulness out of me because I was able to play a character who was a little bit gentler and more soft-edged than the characters I usually play. And anytime you play a new character, it's kind of interesting because you're exploring new territory. You see what I mean? You can keep doing the same role again and again, and that can be perfectly give you a good career. But I think it's more fun when you get to try new things.
Hi, Walter. Hi, Jordan. How are you?
Very good.
Charlene.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. There are about 75 Clifford books. So how many of those Clifford movie you guys gonna make? Have you guys come up with an agreement yet?
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, I hope we make a few more, absolutely, for sure. I don't know about the 75, but certainly we have some really good ideas for a couple more with the great cast that we have.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Why Clifford? There are so many other things that you can make, but why Clifford?
Well, I think that for many years, Clifford has been a book that was beloved by generations from the early 60s forward. And then there were the cartoons and all of that. So there's in many countries, not every country, but in many countries around the world, a knowledge of this character. But also uniquely different than other ideas coming from books. You have something that translates for every country of the world, which is a dog that is big and red and stands out, and it occurs nowhere else.
Look at you, Uncle Casey, so cute.
I'm so red.
How big is he gonna get?
That depends, doesn't it?
On what?
On how much you love him.
I wish we were big and strong, and the world couldn't hurt us. Clifford?